The Immaterial Games podcast with these guys.
Anyways, I guess we should probably get to the actual recording and not talking about my corona. My corona.
It's already.
My corona.
It's already is recording.
I know.
Yeah. This is the Immaterial Gamers podcast, episode 86, the self-isolation edition.
Woo! Isolation.
Yeah. The better thing is, when everyone started the isolation, I already had 2 weeks of holiday. I planned for this.
And the worst part is, I haven't been isolated. I've still been traveling.
I still got to go work. That's how that is.
How are you
Yeah.
getting food? Seeing that like almost everywhere's gonna be fucking closed.
It's fucking difficult.
Yeah. World has
But
gone to
restaurants are
hell.
open.
Shopping's ridiculous.
All our social activity areas got closed on Friday night.
Wait,
The only thing they didn't close was Discord, and everything else that I use my social life on.
Well, they're fine because you're on social distancing regulations anyway. Because
well,
It's like that meme I found the other day when you realize your life has been quarantined.
I was made for this.
We've been quarantined our whole life.
Yeah.
pretty
So,
much.
Yeah. So you got Ryan, you got Terry, you got
Hey.
Dee,
Hmm.
and you got Steph.
Yo-ho-ho.
And we're going to do something a little bit unique here because of the fact that there is no news and there's no real big questions because everything is cancelled.
E3, everything.
I want to know.
Everybody's cancelled.
The one thing I want to know, and they've had no news about it even since everything started cancelling.
BlizzCon.
It is Minecon. You've got me fucking con in my head now. Is Minecraft Dungeons coming out at the end of this month or at the end of next?
Who knows?
It's meant to be coming out in
everyone's
April.
all- I was
Everyone's
gonna.
all working from home.
I
was-
wonder if the Linux distro is going to come out. The
No, I
main
was,
Ubuntu distro.
but I was trying to do the extra thing of everybody's dead, Dave. Kachansky, yes, Dave. Everybody's dead.
Gordon Bennett, everyone's dead, Dave. Well, no, we're not. We're not dead. We're all alive.
But no, I was like
Talk
E3,
about yourself.
E3, no. BlizzCon, no.
GDC? Well, BlizzCon will probably be back to fail again later on in the year, and that's the end of the year,
Fish.
rather than
Uh,
or the beginning of next year.
Actually, what's happening with your thingy? That will be cancelled, won't it?
Play Expo has currently not said that it's cancelled, but we expect it to be cancelled.
Mm.
So there's
Sunny
that.
World's cancelled.
Yeah, movies cancelled, pubs cancelled, unless you're living in Scotland. Those fuckers.
Because it's not till May our convention, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not till May.
Did
But
you hear about that new Vin Diesel movie that's coming out? That they
Oh.
decided to bypass the theaters?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
just released digitally.
Yep.
What was that? Yeah, I know there was a news that mentioned something about the news about what was it, Whitby? So when in Yorkshire, everything's fine and dandy. Apparently,
Yeah, fine and dandy until they all catch it, the dumb bastards. But yeah, it's also people fleeing to the countryside. People have been told to take their kids out of school and then have immediately took them to the fucking beach in the park. Not a bank holiday,
Well,
guys.
The better thing is, it's like what I've seen a lot of quotes from people who have kids on Facebook. It's like, okay, so you're taking our kids out of school, you don't want them to go outside, we don't have the money to keep them home constantly, and we don't have the money to take them out even if we could.
Can we take a step back? Your schools are still open?
No, they're
they were
closed
until
now.
Friday. It's
and
for
then
open for key workers or for children of key workers only, which is like health and social care,
NHS stuff.
NHS, and delivery drivers. Oh, and supermarket workers.
Yeah, our schools are totally closed. They don't expect them to reopen until September, which is the start of the next year.
Same.
Ours have been closed since the beginning of March break. They extended it. Originally it started as March break was going to be 1 week, because that's a normal March break. Then they added
Mhm.
2 weeks after that, and now they're just said they're not even going to reopen.
At this
The only
point in our
people-
lives, do you wish that we were younger and we still had school?
Not really,
No.
because like
I didn't like school.
a lot
I
of
liked
people paid a
college,
lot
not
of
school.
money. A lot of people paid a lot of money for college and university here, and now they're getting exams when they were supposed to have another 3 or 4 months left of schooling.
Yeah, it's depressing.
Mm.
It's
So
a weird time that we live in.
it is indeed. It is indeed.
Yeah,
So
you know, like we've got the no more than 10 people.
Mm.
Discord is if all of everyone was on at the same time on Discord, it'd be like,
yeah, but they're not. But think of it this way: we're recording this on Sunday. We've Sunday the 22nd of
22nd.
March. Yeah.
Yeah.
This will go out on Tuesday the 24th of March. There'll still be 2 Boris Johnson at tea time updates that we'll get over here. So anything can happen in the next 48 hours.
Well, the army's already in Stockport and somewhere else. I can't remember the other place.
In standby, they're not roaming the
They
country
might
with
as
their
well be
tanks and
doing
guns
something
now.
already.
But the fact of the matter isn't that. Think of it this way: we are not Germany, who announced today that they're reducing that it will be, or they've advised that social interactions of people other than groups of 2 outside of work will be prohibited. 2.
We're on the same in Ontario, technically.
I mean, Jesus. And I know this is not game discussion, if anyone's listening this far,
what
but
happens if you've got a family of 3? They're pretty much fucked.
2 in one room, 1 across the other side of the house. As long as you're not 2
No,
meters within each
in-
other.
Apparently, inside houses, as long as you're inside your own home, it's okay.
But let's say in the whole thing of, let's say you had a child and you're going out and you're the only one who can drive. So does that mean you have to go out on your own, or do you have to take the child with you, or 3 of you, 1 of you? In other words, if you've got a family of 3,
Well-
you're on your own at some point, or just 2
Well,
of them.
there's the thing. Most places where they're saying stuff like that, going outside, even then, it's like if you're going to work, you should be. If you're driving a car, the person in the car is you, the driver. That's it.
Yeah.
For
One
us,
person to the grocery store to get groceries.
I mean, for us,
Which over here doesn't work because everyone wants to buy more. So let's take another family member.
yeah, every time there's an announcement, there is then a group of people with double trolleys at a supermarket, which is just beggars belief and is ridiculous. But before I end up in those fucking rants of deciding how humanity is absolutely fucking moronic, let's talk about the fun stuff.
Let's talk about games.
Yeah, video games. So this is going to be a What's Been Played special. What's been played? And Terry joined a little late to this, but we're going to time this in a unique way.
Yeah.
So currently, me, Steph, and D are in a lobby in Teamfight Tactics,
Mhm.
and the length of what's been played is going to be the length that we're in
A TFT game.
that TFT game. So we will move on to what's been played now, and with that, we will start with Terry, and D, you will start with the game. We are in. So Terry, what have you played this week?
Mostly Grand Theft Auto, but I did start playing TFT thanks to your fucking asshole message on thing saying I can play it on my phone.
Yeah, so between podcasts, Riot brought out TFT Galaxies,
Mobile
which
phone.
is their new set, and a day after they brought out TFT Mobile for Android and iOS. And I said on like the Friday night, I think it was, I've got TFT, or was it the Thursday night? I've got TFT Mobile now. I think I have a problem.
And then I read that message and I started playing. I played once on my phone and instantly downloaded it on my computer because playing it on my phone was not as much fun as, well, it was hard to learn how to play the game on the phone because you just don't have the maneuverability. If you know what the characters look like and what they are, it's not as bad. but I was trying to learn, so I ended up installing League of Legends on my computer.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I agree with you on that. There seems to be a bit of a sort of a thing with TFT Mobile that assumes you have played a lot of TFT already,
I don't know.
which
Uh,
is
I'm-
just how it is. But
And apparently I'm a lucky motherfucker in my seeding.
you are a lucky motherfucker on your seeding. So we played games and we all ended up in bronze. Where
Silver
did you
3.
end up?
Silver 3
Yeah,
and a half.
Mine said iron or something like that, but I'm still doing my rank.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
goes iron, bronze, silver, gold. Yeah, I ended up in silver 3.
Mm.
And I got a grapes.
So have you done? Just to also go on that, we're not going to be putting up the game of TFT. So if you're just hearing random names of stuff that we're doing in it, shame.
Okay.
But so have you done many auto battlers before then, Terry? Did you do auto chess or Dota Underlords?
I did play auto chess with Duncan a little bit, which is one of the reasons why I was sort of interested in that, because I kind of knew the idea of the game style, so I knew I wasn't going to be too out of place trying it. It was just figuring out the mechanics of TFT rather than auto chess.
And
Yeah.
I've been trying to help. I was trying to help you as best as I could on that one.
And it helped, but it was also kind of confusing because you were telling me things that I wasn't ready for. I hadn't even learned about.
It's because I keep jumping I jumble a lot of my stuff up, don't I?
Yeah,
So-
you were mixing up intermediate and expert parts. Like telling me about the items when I'm still trying to figure out the characters was not a good idea.
My bad.
Like telling me about the 2 spatulas. I know about the 2 spatulas now, but telling me about the 2 spatulas when I'm still trying to figure out what this character is didn't help me much.
Yeah, I get what you want about there. But yeah, I mean, how are you finding it?
That's not bad. I'm starting to get a little bit better at playing it on my phone. But for the
I
most
don't even
part,
know if to try it on the phone.
the game I've been playing is Grand Theft Auto. So I should probably go back to
yes.
that.
I think
And-
most of us have been playing GTA, to be honest.
Yeah, we even somehow suckered Chiz into getting it on the
Oh yeah,
computer.
you did.
And
yeah.
basically what we've been doing is just all of us are trying to relearn it because I haven't played it in probably about 2 years. And when I first played it, I was playing it mostly because of my roommate, and he needed a competent player to help fill heists because heists were the main thing then.
Yeah.
And as Danny learned from that training, I'm actually still pretty good at the game because me, Danny, and my girlfriend decided to play King of the Hill, and they didn't
just
stand a
mowed me down.
chance. They didn't stand a chance. I was getting beaten up by my girlfriend in real life because she was getting so frustrated with all the headshots
Bet
that
I
I was
could
putting
take you
into
out.
everybody.
Fucking king of the hill.
Yes.
But nonetheless, we've been playing Grand Theft Auto and trying heists and trying
You've
missions
got the
as a
arcade now.
group. Yeah, I can now do the diamond heist, which is a little bit more difficult than I originally thought it was going to be. And I don't know. I can't even blame it on everybody else because last time I think we played it, I was the one that died twice. You only get 1 life, so if you die twice, it's over. But for the most part, we've just been playing that, doing random missions, trying to make money, trying to learn how to play the game again because, like I said, we haven't played in 2 years. Still trying to figure out where
Well,
everything
yeah.
is.
Well, I'm trying to figure out. With me, I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do because I've got like 6 things I want to do at the same time. It's like I want to buy this, but I want this, and I'm not sure what to prioritize.
I mean, it's a thing with so much added in there as well. It does suffer the sort of MMO idea of, well, what's actually not redundant content.
It's like,
Yeah.
do I upgrade my businesses and what I've got now, or do I try and buy the thing that's on cheap, or do I buy the do I work on which infrastructure do I work on at one? Because 3 separate things need infrastructure. It's like,
Well, back on what Chiz was saying, it's really difficult to figure out where to make your money, because there's so many different parts to it now. Like there's the CEO, there's the VIP, there's the biker gang, and
then like the nightclub and
then you
Yeah.
have these buildings that'll generate profit over time, as long as you don't allow their resources to, well, they can only store so much money. Sorry,
resources.
eating sesame or sunflower seeds is not a good idea. But yeah, so they can only hold like say $10,000. So every time they hit their limit, you have to go there and collect the money out of them. And I believe they can hold more as you upgrade them. But for the most part, there's all these buildings that can only collect so much money. But
Mhm.
even $10,000 is really not a lot of money.
Mm.
So
Well,
we're all trying to learn ways of making money.
Yeah. I need to be honest. I need GTA is not good on your own. Well, doing the resupplies isn't too bad, but like the selling and whatnot, it really hobbles you if you're on your Todd, like I did with the biker, with my biker counterfish earlier.
Yeah.
Counterfish, counterfeit cash. It gives you. It says you need 3 players for the counterfeit cash to sell it off, ideally.
Yeah, if you fill your buildings, you need 3 or 4 players to do it, because they give you 3 or 4 vehicles to sell off your wares, and then you have a
And you only have
timer.
half hour. It's half hour.
Yeah. So from what I've read on, like, I've watched a few YouTube videos, and they tell you to only let your stock or your supply or whatever get to like 1/3, because if it gets any higher than 1/3, then you need an extra person. And if you want to do it solo, don't let your stock get above 1/3.
Hey, because I've been getting it to the top, and it's like I can get 2 of the vehicles done in half an hour. There's no chance of me getting to back for the third. There's absolutely no fucking way.
Yeah, some of them apparently you can do it from full, but the vehicles that you
That's
get
the
are
helicopter.
random.
It's the helicopter one you can. Everything else is not. If it's a land vehicle, you're screwed. If it's the helicopter, you're
Well,
fine.
sometimes you get really good land vehicles too. But like I said, it's all random. When you select the mission, it gives you random vehicles. It could give you vans that are the slowest vehicle in the game.
Yeah, like what I got earlier, I got the little, the mail vans.
Yep.
And I had to get out, go to the door, drop a package, go back into the vehicle. It's very time consuming. Very, very time consuming. It's like you have to stop, get out of the vehicle, grab a package, go to the door, rinse, repeat. Not the fastest vehicles, and they're not the fastest thing either. Like, let me, please let me.
But what I find the most fun is when we were actually doing missions together and trying to work together and not die and actually get into the missions, and just to see how our rust shows while we're playing.
Well, I did play briefly. I did play for a little while on my own at one point, so I'm probably the least rusty. I'm also the highest level.
I'm
So-
really fucking rusty. But then again, I'm also not a level that I am on the PS4, so
Well, I think I'm the highest level because I'm 127 now.
Yeah, you're definitely the highest level.
so that's some GTA talk,
Mm.
I guess. unless we got more people to to talk about more GTA, I might just step in and just provide a little bit of a different one for you. How many of you have heard of the game Enter the Gungeon?
We played it. Oh, that was Dungeons of the Endless.
Yeah.
So many cycles with dungeon in it. I'm getting
Well,
confused.
no, this is Gungeon, not dungeon.
Mm,
Very bullet themed. Say, what's the way of saying this? It's a roguelike game.
okay.
I mean, what a surprise! It's a roguelike. Ryan playing it.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
says the guy who does a YouTube series on playing roguelikes. But yeah, it was a sort of top-down shooter, twin-stick shooter, where you're a bunch of people called Gungeoneers, not Dungeoneers, and you go down and you want to erase a horrible memory of your past. So you know about a gun that can literally erase time, and the idea is that you go through it and you have the ability to shoot weird and wonderful guns and a dodge roll, and that's your kit. And at the end of the game, you succeed. You beat the keeper of this gun that can erase time, and you fire it. Now on Apple Arcade, or until like Wednesday last week, on Apple Arcade there was an exclusive spin-off game called Exit the Gungeon, and that's what I've been playing. So rather than a top-down twin-stick shooter, it's a platformer. So
Okay.
How
so
so?
Hmm?
How so? Like platformer? How?
yeah. So they've just changed it. They've worked with the guys that made Enter the Gungeon. Worked with a guy called Dodge Roll or like Single Core or something like that. Roll Core, a bunch of names. So the idea behind it is that you on the iPad is that you move your character left and right, and your dodge roll is how you go up and down platforms on this giant elevator that's tailored to whatever class is trying to get out of the gungeon. While you dodge, you are immune to bullets, which is important because if you take too many bullet shots, you die. The way that it
No,
solves,
really?
I know, it's a shocker, isn't it?
I thought bullets were good for you.
No, bullets are not good for you. Bullets are bad. Well, bullets that you shoot are good, but yeah, the idea on that is
That dose of lead.
Yeah, you just escape, but the gun fires automatically because you're going to be spending so much time moving and dodge rolling and stuff like that. And so the way that the game tries to random it up for you, because good roguelikes have good RNG, because you know your ability to adapt to the crazy shit that's going on. You're blessed with a gun that shoots random, you'll get a point where you'll get random guns every so many seconds or shots or whatnot. The idea being on that the more kills you make without getting hit, the better the potential guns you get are.
Okay.
So if you're getting hit all the time, you'll get a shitty little pistol or the gun called the Brick Breaker, which shoots green turtle shells, but it just bounces off enemies. It doesn't actually do much damage.
When I
Get
think of
good.
green turtle shells, I think of Mario with the ones that bounce around.
That's the point of it.
It's called a brick breaker. Mario breaks bricks.
Yep.
Those things are annoying.
I mean, I've just have to say I made a mistake on the TFT. I was meant to pick up the Darius. I ended up with a Graves, but we'll forget that. But yeah, I did about 8 runs of it and completed it once. So if I was doing a going rogue on this, I would have passed a challenge.
Okay.
But yeah, it was exclusive on Apple Arcade for a few months. I only really played it, like I say, last week. But it's now out on Steam and Switch, I believe. So yeah, find it quite fun, and I might go through some of the other routes later because, like I say, every character has a route of elevators based specifically for them. So I went through as the pilot initially, and his were all sort of based on maneuvering the elevators themselves, or doing stuff like that. One of his routes had an elevator that had 2 buttons on either side of it. That if you stepped on it, it would move the elevator left or right. For the idea that you had to dodge mines that would shoot a whole load of bullets and hurt you in the face. He's also got a rat character who's really charming yet really, really evil.
Yeah.
He gives you 3 keys and he's just like, oh yeah, hey, have a key. I won't tell you what it's for, but please have this key. You get the key, and then later on down the line, you find your friends have been locked in cages, and he's like, ha 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 ha. You now have to spend all this bullet currency to unlock them, and unlocking people out of the cages gets you more features per run. Because, it's got that classic roguelike thing of giving you more stuff to help you succeed, because you're going to initially fail the first couple of times. If you can complete it in one attempt, you're a mental case, and I applaud you. But yeah,
the only other games that I touched upon at the moment is I tried Psycho Pass and I didn't really enjoy it.
well, unfortunately for you, you went into Psycho Pass. Were you unaware that it was going to be a visual novel?
Yeah, I thought, oh, it'd be something fun, and I'm like, no, it's a visual novel.
Yeah. That's what put me off Psycho Pass as well. I mean, I like my visual novels, but I like the visual novels that have the gameplay added into it.
There's choices that you make, but
I mean more than
it was
sort of
just- and the
binary
other-
choices as well, which is
Yeah.
what the trap of what a lot of visual novels fall into. Stuff that have gameplay elements like Ace Attorney and even Murder by Numbers, which I was talking with Stefan about last week, where there are gameplay elements like Sudoku, not Sudoku, Picross puzzles,
Are you like
stuff like that.
Professor Layton's not that bad for that?
Yeah, exactly. Something that has like a core gameplay loop that's not just,
Because Professor Layton's not
reading
that
a
bad.
story. But yeah, I
Quite
digress.
the thing from the bundle. You're a wolf trying to save people with ink, with a paintbrush thing. It was from the PS2.
Oh, the one with the dog.
Yeah,
Akami is what you're saying.
Akami HD or whatever it is.
Well, what do you do in Akami? I mean, I know it's got painting and a dog, but what's the story behind it?
The world got dragged into darkness. You need to free it from the darkness by painting glyphs that cast spells,
I
and
see.
you need to run through like a chip pan thing where everything's in darkness, and you need to work it out and get people to. You got to try and free everyone because everyone's in trouble and they don't know it. And you're the legendary god thing, demigod god that's been asleep for thousands of years.
It's a demi-dog.
He gets basically he got woken up because the world's in peril. If you know what I mean. Like, the world's gone in peril. Everything's in darkness. You need to find all the brushes and release the darkness. Go right ahead.
Stefan died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got part way through it so far. I'm still in the starting village a little bit. I'm freed the starting village up. I've just got to try and get through a boulder. So you have to work out how to get through things and interact with the villagers to do stuff.
Mm.
And you get like a little cricket thing that's like Jiminy Cricket that's on your fucking nose. That goes, no. That it communicates with everyone because you're like a silent protagonist kind of deal.
Hey, he's alive!
Alive.
It's because I haven't spoke or anything. I didn't realise I moved neither.
On a positive note, they're planning on Kerbal Space Program 2.
Oh, that's for you. Everyone else is like,
I still don't get how you find that game interesting.
I fucking love Kerbal Space Program.
Well, I know.
I know.
I love the math behind it. There's sort of like there's something nice about getting through it or successfully
Kerbal,
launching something and moving something over without it exploding or just being stranded
Well,
in
there's
deep
the
space.
two ways of playing it. There's playing it like a legit space simulator, like a space exploration simulator, or you can play it to have fun and explode everything.
Yeah. Well, that's why there's that mode, isn't there? But it just gives you like the unlimited funds and just like go to town.
Sandbox.
Yeah.
And then there's the career mode. I always sucked at career mode. I'd do sandbox, but still try to play it legitimate. Because career mode was very, very difficult in Kerbal Space Program 1 because you just kept running out of money.
Yeah, because you were only really getting science and extra money for pushing the boundaries further and further, really, didn't you?
Yeah, you had to pick up contracts, and if you didn't complete the contracts, or if you spent more money going up to do the contract, like, because you have to pay for all the parts, and if those parts just crash into the ground and explode, you don't get any money back for those parts. But the problem with the game was they didn't give enough, like, you couldn't just strap parachutes on every single part and have it come down safely, because once you got over a couple kilometers away from it, it would despawn.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that maybe they'll have fixed that in this. But this one's supposed to have multiplayer in it, which will be a lot of fun, I think.
Oh, that's just mental.
But yeah, you do like your Kerbal.
Oh, I loved it. I put a
Everyone
lot
loves
of time.
Kerbal.
I put a lot of time into it. Some of it was a lot of it was fucking around, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
my Steam says I have 1,200 hours in Kerbal, but I think a
Oh
lot
my
of that
God.
was
You're
me
AFK.
leaving
AFK for
autopilots
like
on and stuff like that.
going to work or something.
Yeah. Well, I was running like a multiplayer mod at one point, so I'd leave
Oh
my
yeah.
game running, and also like there's what's called MechJeb, which is a
Hey-oh.
mod. There's MechJeb, which is a mod that gives it like an autopilot, and I was flying it through. Like I'd fly a plane around the world and just leave the autopilot to keep it level.
Go Annie.
But I'm excited for Space Program 2.
Ha.
Because it's supposed to have futuristic engines, whereas Kerbal Space Program 1 really only has what's currently seeable.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it didn't have any fuel types and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I get you.
But yeah, you do like your Kerbal.
That I do.
So, yeah. So I'd say we've got most of what's been played out of the way. Steph, actually, what have you been playing if there's not been different from GTA?
GTA, TFT, The Room, which I will want to record more of soon as.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
was the
Definitely
room
want to
anyway?
record more Room.
What was the room anyway? Sounds like an escape room thing.
It's
It is, basically.
in a sense it is, yeah. It's basically the stuff that inspired old, that inspired the escape room stuff. That just puzzle games where, you had to grab loads of items and inspect items and manipulate stuff in a fixed space in order to progress through the thing. The room, as Steph will probably attest, is more of a case of that you're less escaping the room and you're more trying to enter the room.
Yeah, it's like looking at a room from the outside and trying to get into it.
Yeah.
Is that the weird thing that I watched you stream where you were on a table or something, you had to work out how to get through?
Effectively, you had a safe, and then inside a safe there's a box, and then inside a box there's another device, and I'm not going to go further because that'll spoil it for Steph. But
Stefan knows about the device.
no, he's not aware of the device.
Wait, what are we on about?
You
The
ruined it.
room.
He now knows there's a device.
He knows there's a device because that's where we left it last time we recorded.
Yeah, right now I'm dealing with a box that's a TARDIS.
Effectively, yeah. Yeah,
It gets bigger. It's getting bigger and bigger. Yet stuff's coming out of it.
Yeah, it's an odd little.
I've seen
thing.
Steph play it on when he streamed it. It looks pretty interesting.
It's good. It's a cool game, and I like watching it from the outside because I've played through all the Room games. Well, apart from Old Sins, I've not got round to that, and as we've already mentioned, VR is not because
Sorry, Steph.
VR, but yeah, it's just it's enjoyable, and we will get round to recording more of that just so we can have it just
What's
on
it
the
on?
side. It's on PC. It's on Steam.
Mhm.
And it's also on iPad and iPhone because that's where it first started. It's been out for a while, the series of games.
I have 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. Because Old Sins isn't available on Steam.
Yeah.
Yeah, yet. Give Fireproof Games a little bit of time and they may do
Might
it.
see if I might get it if it's not too expensive. But
They're like
paid.
£3 each.
I just love the fact that for most of this podcast, my concentration's been on my phone and losing.
I've not been concentrating and losing, so don't worry about it.
No, I was literally just going, I'll fling this in, I'll fling that in. It didn't work, I'll try this now.
Yeah.
Randomly putting shit in, like, it might be bronze, but who gives a shit?
It's alright, we'll be looking like we'll be joining you very, very soon at this rate because it turns out when you're not concentrating much on a game, you don't really do much.
I just
Well-
want to see like what little twerks would work.
Actually, I was trying to actually play, but just couldn't get into a build.
I got into a build which is completely awful. Is probably the thing that we got into it. But right. So we've got a little bit of time left. Do you just want to talk about more Grand Theft Auto until we wrap up?
I can do.
Aren't you thinking of looking at doing the diamond heist at some point?
We've been trying.
Two of
to
us
do-
are looking at doing the diamond heist.
We've been until Steph went to bed. We actually got to the finale for the Diamond Heist, but things went south.
Oh
And
yeah.
then Steph's like,
We
I'm
failed a
going
couple times. Well, we made a couple attempts, and then
it was like
It was
4 in the
getting
morning.
it was getting pretty late, and Stefan's like,
like
"This is
4
my last one," and I think I managed to die that time.
But yeah,
I don't know who died the last time we
I'm
were
out.
in it.
But yeah,
I know I have a biker club now.
Oh
as well
yeah,
as an
the old
arcade.
biker clubs. Again,
Well-
that's what I mean about redundant content and stuff like that.
Well, see, with the biker clubs and the nightclubs, they synergize because you buy the biker club businesses and your nightclub can accrued items from the other businesses over time.
Basically, your bike club can make drugs. Your nightclub can sell your drugs.
Yeah, separately.
I see.
Well, your nightclub's split into 2 halves. You promote the nightclub as a legitimate business. Then you've got this big underground area where you hire 5 dudes and they accrued things for you,
The black market.
and then you sell them to
underneath
random-
the nightclubs, the black market.
It's so you got
totally legitimate.
it's basically Sony loans the money through the nightclub, basically.
Mm.
And you promote the nightclub by putting posters up and shooting entrepreneurs for some random reason, and picking
No,
up
just
D-listers, picking up a bunch of D-listers to make your club more popular, and you
Yeah.
can get up to 10,000 a day for it. At maximum, it starts off dead, then it works its way up to sort of busy and then packed, and then when it gets to patch, you make 10,000 a day
Oh,
from it. At the beginning of each day, it'll just go, here's 10,000, but here's 1,100 for service charges. Like,
And
fair.
just to give you an insight, it's an in-game day, which is like every 40 minutes or something like that.
48 minutes or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, fair
yeah.
enough. Right. Well, that's that. I've been eliminated, so that's all of us out.
Yep.
Now that would be time. It's weird. It was weird to do it based on that. Not doing it on a fixed time. It was different though. It was odd.
You
Different.
should have
and
had me
odd.
in the game, then it would have went on forever because I would have won.
Sure.
If you were in the game, I'd have paid attention more and I'd have actually tried winning. I've seen your TFT games.
Oh dear.
I've actually gotten better. I was playing today.
Okay, let me just check your match history.
Yeah, but
And while
My
Steph
first
checks
ranked game,
history-
I came in 3rd. Okay, so go fuck yourself.
So he's gonna have a Dana. He's gonna come out the top 4 every time and get
But
sold,
no,
and then get fucked.
yeah, I've just got a whole bunch of points stuck off me, I think.
Well, yeah, we all finished in the
Under the
bottom.
top
I
5.
think I finished dead last, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just-
yep, there goes the
we
point.
finished 8th, 7th, and 6th respectively. So
Yeah.
so that's how that is.
I'm going to be going
So-
back down to Silver 4 soon.
Oh well, look at you, Silver 4. I'm stuck in bronze purgatory, so
I'll be stuck
I'd
in
rather
Silver
be in
Purgatory.
bronze. You might actually stand a chance of winning.
Okay, I can't check your match history.
Well, I'm going to be stuck in Silver Purgatory
His match,
forever.
match history is down.
Yeah, well, it's better than bronze. Right, we will wrap this up then. While we
Okay.
all argue about our own personal hells. So yeah, please like, share, subscribe, do all the other stuff in the description. You can watch it on YouTube. You can listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and you can also check out all the other videos on the channel and support us that way. And we've got an Instagram as well, which will get added. I feel sick saying that, but sure.
I mean, come on, you gotta follow. I'm here this time.
Yeah, Terry's here. To get Terry to be persuaded to do more support.
Have we got a TikTok?
No, we don't have a TikTok. We're not
We want a
fucking
TikTok.
monsters. We are not monsters.
We want a TikTok.
No, we don't.
That reminds me, I want to get TikTok.
Oh dear God. Right. So yeah, until next week, thanks Terry, D, and Steph.
Bye.
Toodaloo.
And we'll see you then
Kill the rumbers.
next week. Bye.
Kill all the rumbers.